When my wife told me, "I'm pregnant with twins," I simply said, "Congratulations. Be sure to let Brian, our neighbor, know the good news." Her expression shifted from joy to shock as she shouted, "What are you talking about?" I stayed calm and replied, "Oh, don't worry. We'll sort it all out with a DNA test and the videos in court, my dear wife." Hello, Reddit talkative here. For years, I thought my marriage to Megan was perfect. We had been together for 7 years, and though we had our ups and downs like anyone else, I never thought for a moment that betrayal lurked beneath the surface. Megan was everything to me. Or so I thought. The truth hit me like a freight train 6 months ago. Megan had been spending an unusual amount of time helping out our neighbor, Brian. At first, I brushed it off. Brian was recovering from knee surgery, and Megan had always been compassionate. But as the weeks turned into months, her late nights and secretive behavior grew suspicious. The final straw came when I returned home early from a business trip. Megan wasn't expecting me until the next day. As I pulled into the driveway, I noticed Brian's car parked in our garage. My stomach sank. I quietly entered the house, only to hear laughter, and then silence. Megan came out moments later, visibly startled to see me, her face flushed. That night, my suspicions crystallized. I didn't confront her then. Instead, I decided to gather evidence. I bought a couple of discreet cameras, carefully placed them in the house, and started paying closer attention to her behavior. Over the next month, I confirmed what I had feared. Megan and Brian were having an affair. Fast forward to last night, the moment everything came to a head. Megan came home from a routine doctor's appointment with an announcement. "I have exciting news, babe," she said, her voice sugary sweet. "I'm pregnant, and it's twins." I plastered on my best poker face, nodding slowly. "Twins? That's incredible," I replied, fighting the urge to smirk. Her face lit up, her hand reaching for mine. "We're going to be parents, Ethan. Can you believe it?" I tilted my head, meeting her gaze. "I can believe it, Megan, but I think you should share that news with Brian." Her smile froze, and the color drained from her face. "What?" she stammered, pulling her hand away. "What are you talking about? Are you insane?" I leaned back in my chair, letting the silence hang between us like a storm cloud. "Oh no," I said, with a calm that unnerved even me. "I'm perfectly sane. In fact, I've never been clearer. You see, Megan, I know everything. The secret rendezvous, the late-night whispers, and of course the little getaways you and Brian think no one knows about." Her mouth opened, then shut again. She was scrambling for words, excuses, anything to claw her way out of this. But I wasn't finished. "Let's save the theatrics, shall we? Tomorrow, we'll head to court. I've got the footage, and once the DNA test confirms what we both know, your little fantasy life will come crashing down. But hey, maybe Brian will step up and be the dad your twins deserve." "You're lying!" she shrieked, tears streaming down her face. "You can't prove anything." I stood, retrieving my laptop from the nearby table. "Oh, but I can," I replied, opening a folder labeled "The Truth." I turned the screen toward her. Clip after clip of Megan and Brian played before her horrified eyes. "Game over, Megan," I said, my voice steely. "I've already filed for divorce, and trust me, you won't be seeing a cent." The prenup made sure of that. Her sobs filled the room, but I felt nothing. For months, I'd been drowning in betrayal and heartbreak, but now, standing in the ruins of what we once had, I felt lighter than I had in years. The fallout was as swift as it was satisfying. The DNA tests confirmed what I already knew. The twins weren't mine. Brian tried to deny everything, but the evidence was irrefutable. Megan and Brian are now tangled in their own web of lies, their reputations shattered. As for me, I'm rebuilding. There's peace in knowing I stood my ground, in reclaiming my life from the chaos Megan brought into it. And one day, I'll find someone who values loyalty and love as much as I do. For now, though, I'm just savoring the quiet triumph of justice served.